Thomas Mills. Family Sports Center. It's a youth center in West Lafayette, Indiana. And then we also have Tree Pro, or Lafayette Marketing. The actual name is Lafayette Marketing. It's DBA Tree Pro. Tree Pro is the name of the product that my wife and I patented about 28 years ago. Tree Pro is a tree protector. It's a plastic sleeve that is anywhere from 12 inches to 6 foot tall. You put them over a young seedling. That seedling can be a foot tall or a couple feet tall. And you can even start with an acorn or a nut and germinate it. Put it in there just like a squirrel. The tube will protect it from deer, rodents, severe weather, and it accelerates growth 5 to 7 times. So you put a 12-inch seedling down in, let's say an oak seedling down into a 4-foot or 5-foot tube, you could have a 4 or 5-foot tree, sometimes in one growing season, but definitely by the end of the second. It's all I've ever done. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I started them when I was in high school. I started them when I was in college, just small little things. It's just the thing that I've always wanted to do. Calling shots, you know. It's also the worst thing in a business because you're making all the calls. So freedom, being able to come and go as you can, but you're also on call 24/7. We knew we were going to be successful or had a product when the first customer reordered. That's what we said. We said, okay, we're going to sell a product. If a customer reorders it, you know, and we had reorders within weeks. We couldn't believe it. We just knowing the customer likes your product, that is, I mean, that's everything. When you get a phone call that simply says that, you know, we love your product, it works, it does exactly as you advertise and as you told us it would, that's satisfaction. Oh boy, that's vast. You have to have a lot of different skills, but I'll tell you the one that you've got to have is being able to stick to it. If you cannot stomach or handle the day-to-day grind of doing your own thing, doing your own business, and can't stick to it and wake up every morning and love what you're doing and sticking with it, then you know it's not worth it. I like them. I've learned to like them short and sweet. More information. That if you can keep it down to a few sentences, each different thing you need to put in there, that's what you need. Investors or people that you're targeting that to, they don't want to sit there and read a book. Guys who've written books, they don't get very far. So keep everything concise, short. And you gotta have your typical things. You know, what is the business for? You know, what do you want out of the business? And you gotta have your financials. I mean, the list is pretty long, but the main thing is keep it short. The state of Indiana invested in it. They helped buy the equipment that actually manufactures the products out of recycled materials. We got started, and after about the first 6 or 7 months, we sold about $36,000 worth of tree protectors. And my wife is an accountant, and she was working for an accounting firm, and I said, okay, where are we at? She said, well, you broke even the first year. So anytime you can break even the first year, you know, you might have something. Very important. I mean, it's the backbone of any business, but it's also one of the hardest things to do is to find consistent employees that will get done what you need to do, what needs to get done, without having to look over their shoulders. Because as a small business, I don't know about other small business, I don't have time to look over people's shoulders. I got to give them the task and feel they're going to get it done. Landowners, people who have an acre or more who want to plant a tree, and because of whatever reason, a deer or rodents, severe weather, they can't get that tree to survive and grow in that spot. I would say our average customer probably owns 10 or 100 acres, something like that, and they're either putting in a wildlife habitat, they're putting in a wetlands, they're an orchard, hardwood forest, maple trees for growing or producing syrup. You know, anybody that wants to put a tree in a plot of land is going to do it. That's one side of the business. The other side is government. We do probably 50% of our business with federal governments, state, local governments who are doing reforestation projects, riparian projects, buffer strips. Again, it all comes down to planting trees and shrubs. Find a problem. Find a problem. Every product, is a solution to a problem. Big problem, little problem, doesn't matter. I mean, it really can be broken down as you're doing something, whether it's a product or a service or whatever. It's doing something that somebody else doesn't want to do, or it's something that they can't do, or it's something they can't make or can't get, or you're solving a problem for somebody.